Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside our weather window on this nice, really, Wednesday afternoon. We did see a few clouds out there as once again we take you up to Lake Wenatchee, and isn't that beautiful on this Wednesday? A little bit of sun shining down through the mountaintops there, and also one of my favorite places, Kaler Glen, to the bottom of your screen. And it was a nice fall day out there today, and as we make our way through the rest of this week and of this weekend, a little bit of change happening. We'll see a pretty benign weather pattern on both Thursday and Friday with partly to mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of light mountain snow. Temperatures will slowly warm though, and I think by Friday we'll see 60 degrees, lower 60s by Saturday, and then some breezy conditions and possibly rain showers as we get you into Sunday. And more weather details are coming your way a little bit later on. And now here are a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A large quantity of drugs and cash were reportedly seized, and two Yakima men were arrested after an afraid of police officer pulled over a stolen vehicle early yesterday morning. The state auditor's office criticized the Eastmont School District for its handling of timesheets related to special education projects. And Chelan County Commissioners signed off yesterday on an agreement to form an interagency SWAT team. But first, our top story tonight, an electrical problem is a suspected cause of a fire at the Elmira Pre-K and Elementary School yesterday that eventually destroyed the entire school. Firefighters from throughout the region responded about 4 p.m. to the fire in the Lincoln County town about 20 miles east of Cooley City. There were no injuries, and classes had already been canceled yesterday because of a power outage at the school. The fire burned through the school into the evening before eventually spreading to the gym, which was also completely destroyed. School officials had earlier reported an odd smell at the school, believed to be coming from an electrical room. Well, a large quantity of drugs and cash were reportedly seized, and two Yakima men were arrested after an afraid of police officer pulled over a stolen vehicle early Tuesday morning. Deputy Kyle Foreman of the Grant County Sheriff's Office explains how the drug bust went down and what was reportedly found.
I'm Kyle Foreman, and this is the Sheriff's Report for October 13th, 2021. Around 12:30 a.m. yesterday, Ephrata police stopped a stolen vehicle near State Route 28 and Division Avenue North. During a subsequent search of the driver and passenger, police found about 1 pound of suspected methamphetamine, about 100 grams of suspected heroin, and about 750 fentanyl pills. Ephrata police then asked Grant County's Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team, also known as INET, to assist with a search warrant on the car. INET detectives then found inside the car 2 more pounds of suspected methamphetamine, around 750 more suspected fentanyl pills, and over $2,800 in cash. The driver, 23-year-old J. Jesus Cuevas, and passenger, 18-year-old Christina Cuevas, both of Yakima, are lodged in the Grant County Jail for possession with intent to deliver narcotics. This case remains under investigation, and the efforts of Grant County law enforcement to reduce drug trafficking and distribution in Grant County also continue. I'm Kyle Foreman with the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
The state auditor's office criticized the Eastmont School District for its handling of timesheets related to special education projects. The district used about $1 million in federal grants last year to support its special education efforts. The auditor says the school district failed to adequately document the time spent on program goals and didn't submit required paperwork to the state superintendent's office. Eastmont challenged some parts of the auditor's finding, but says it will work to comply in the future. Chelan County Commissioners signed off yesterday on an agreement to form an interagency SWAT team with police forces throughout the valley combining their resources. Right now, Chelan and Douglas counties have their own independent tactical teams. The new organization would be operational by January. Officials in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee have already voted to approve that partnership.
Yes, I move to approve the East Cascade SWAT team interlocal agreement.
Second.
Okay, assume there's no further discussion, so all in favor say aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Hey,
All right.
congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, a lot of work to do, but really this was the foundation of it, and we can move forward and actually get the team put together and actually make it a benefit to our entire area here. So
Great.
appreciate it.
Exciting.
Coming up next, a Wenatchee roofing company has been fined $135,000 for failure to protect workers from falls. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins has a report from last night's Rally for Immigrant Citizenship and Residency Reform. The Wenatchee School Board is considering a return to in-person meetings. And Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort celebrated its first snow of the season yesterday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Welcome back. In another news, a Wenatchee roofing company has been fined about $135,000 for failing to provide fall protection for its workers. The Department of Labor and Industry says Royal Roofing failed inspections twice this summer, one of them on a Moses Lake job site. It was cited with fines of $108,000 and $27,000 for those two violations and did not appeal either finding. L&I says Royal Roofing has 9 similar safety violations on its record dating back to 2013. The company is appealing one fall protection fine levied after an alleged violation back in April of 2020. Latinx voters turned out for President Joe Biden in 2020, and now Washington activists want them to keep their promises on immigration and naturalization. Local residents turned out for a rally on the topic last night. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins was there.
Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome to each and every one of you.
About 75 people rallied and marched Tuesday in Wenatchee for the rights of immigrants and a path to citizenship.
We have a profound love to this nation, and we know why. Now, here's the thing. The reason that we are so proud and we love this nation is that because we adhere to the fact that America is the beacon. It is the North Star de todo el mundo, of all the world.
Latinx residents in the Wenatchee Valley make up more than a quarter of the population, and the marchers gathered at Memorial Park demanded that the Biden administration and Democrats in Congress keep their promise to respect immigrant rights and protect law-abiding immigrants from unnecessary detention and deportation.
Mi esposo fue detenido en mi propia casa, enfrente de mis hijos, y todos eran menores de edad, 2 de ellos especiales.
My husband was detained in my own house with my children present, 2 of them with special needs.
Y a razón de eso comprendí y entendí todas las dificultades que como inmigrantes y personas indocumentadas atravesamos.
And from there on, I understood all the difficulties and all the struggle that immigrants face every day.
The rally was one of a dozen organized statewide by the Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network. Beyond speeches and marches, it involved high-tech grassroots outreach, like a QR code to enable mass emails to elected representatives.
We are here today to pressure Democrats, the people we elected last year, because we need them to pass comprehensive immigration reform in the reconciliation bill, and we are no longer going to wait.
Immigrants are welcome here. No fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
The Wenatchee School Board will continue holding its public meetings online only until after the November elections. That consensus came after an energetic debate Tuesday night in which board member Julie Norton sought to reconvene in person, and Michelle Sandberg and Maria Iniguez, who were the targets of an alleged threat, opposed the move. All three are up for re-election next month. Meetings have been entirely remote since August 24th, when unmasked members of the public confronted the board, despite a state requirement for all facial masks in all school facilities.
I do feel like we do have some obligation. I mean, we have an open meetings regulation that requires really in-person meetings with online meetings being sort of the exception allowed under these COVID times. I do not discount the concerns and fears, and so all I'm proposing or would be on board for exploring is some type of hybrid meeting if there's enough support for it.
I feel like that threat, even though we're not getting active daily threats, it still concerns me. And I would agree that I don't know if things will calm down until after the election. I mean, that's kind of the big elephant in the room, right? So my comfort level would be that we wait until the election is done, and then we let folks know that we're going to come back if that seems to be right, if there's no threats going on, but let the people vote and we'll see kind of where it goes. That would be my inclination. And frankly, I'm a little surprised, Julie. I know you're married to a law enforcement officer. I would have thought that you might take this a little more seriously. The fact that two of your colleagues' lives were threatened in a very brief internet message, but still important enough to raise eyebrows and for the chief of police to recommend we continue online.
For me, we are a unified board, and having one person not feel safe enough to be in face-to-face instruction should be enough to make the decision for the board as a whole. Because for me, for my colleagues to feel safe in the environment of this public service is really important, whether it's me, whether it's Laura, Martin, Julie, Michelle. If there's one of us that does not feel safe, then it shouldn't be a question of whether we're going to do hybrid or in person.
Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort celebrated its first snow of the season yesterday, with the ski hills south of Wenatchee receiving an additional light dusting into early this morning. The resort is scheduled to put its snowmaking equipment to work at the end of October, with a targeted opening day of November 19th, Thanksgiving weekend. Mission Ridge is gearing up for the 2021-22 season with a job fair this Saturday that's at the resort from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The resort has a wide range of openings, from bus drivers to kitchen staff to lift operators to ticket takers. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
As the sun sets on another hot summer, let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa winterize and close your pool. Closing your swimming pool is the most important service to get right. Letting the professionals from Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa close your pool will ensure that you won't cost yourself thousands of dollars in damage next year. Want to save a little money? Consider dropping the water level yourself and save. Don't wait. Blue Lagoon's pool closing schedule is filling up quickly. Call today.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The state is looking for public comment on rules they're developing for riding e-bikes in state forests. In tonight's features story, Allison Morrow of the Department of Natural Resources explains how the process will work.
Hi, I'm Allison Morrow with your DNR report. Electric assisted bicycles, or e-bikes, are now allowed on non-motorized trails on DNR managed lands for users with a state-issued disability placard.
E-bike technology is a really growing form of transportation as well as recreation. And so we want to be responsive to that interest and need of the recreating community. And so that is why we are going through a public process in 2022 to develop our agency e-bike policy.
The new e-bike rules are different depending on the class or model of bike. For example,
a Class 1 electric assistance bike propels the bike forward only when the rider provides input through pedaling, and it has a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour before the electric motor stops providing assistance. A Class 2 electric assistance bike is quite a bit different in that the motor may provide assistance without any pedaling input from the rider. Typically, that is done through manufacturers adding a button or a throttle to propel the bike forward.
the rules are meant to balance safety with supporting a positive user experience for everyone that enjoys state trails.
It's important to go through this careful public process because we allow nearly every type of recreation on our lands. And so it's possible that not every use type is appropriate for every landscape. And so we want to carefully hear from all of our partners and stakeholder groups about how e-bike access might impact them before we create an agency policy.
To keep up with any new rules or opportunities to participate in the public process developing regulations for e-bikes, visit dnr.wa.gov/recreation.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Wednesday was a good one. A little bit of everything weather-wise today, as you'd expect for an early fall day. This is a shot looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights cross camera up that way. Couldn't think of it all of a sudden. We use it every day, and reason why it brings us these beautiful shots. We did see kind of a mix in clouds and sun today, and that did keep our temperature down somewhat, even though we got a little bit warmer than we thought we would today. Unofficial high at Pangbourne Airport this afternoon, 56 degrees. We thought we'd be about 54, so a couple degrees warmer. 62 is our normal high. 36 was our low this morning. It was another chilly one. 42 is where we should be. Record high on this date, 76 back in 2015. And our record cold was in 1969 at 29 degrees. We did pick up 3/100ths of an inch of moisture from last night into early this morning, and that now gets us to 3.28 inches for the year. Still well behind where we should be. Sunrise 7:17, and the sun will set for us tonight, not too long from now, at 6:16. Let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into Thursday. One thing that we will see over the next couple of days, we talked about it earlier, and that's warmer temperatures. Look at that, 60-degree marks in Quincy, Ephrata, and Moses Lake. About 59 for Wenatchee, also Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak. And then into our higher elevations, a little bit cooler temperatures. Leavenworth 57, and Lake Wenatchee tomorrow, a high temperature of 51. Tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies. It will be chilly once again out there tonight. Our overnight lows somewhere in the upper 30s throughout the area. A flat ridge still is up and over the Pacific Northwest, but this large storm system is beginning to push down, and that will bring a lot of clouds, especially into western Washington as we get into tomorrow. For us, though, just partly cloudy skies. It will be just a touch warmer tomorrow with high temperatures, as we just showed you, in the upper 50s to near 60. Getting into Football Friday, cloudy skies throughout the day. Just a chance that this could slide down and bring us some rain on Friday. The bottom line, though, our temperatures are going to be around 60 degrees, so it should be a beautiful one. Partly cloudy and even nicer on Saturday, a little bit warmer with high temperatures in the low 60s. And boy, all of central and eastern Washington will be just beautiful. By Sunday, then, we see this storm system begin to trail through the state. That'll bring us a 40% chance for rain. A lot of rain is expected in the western part of Washington. Once again, the good news, our temperatures will stay fairly warm in the lower 60s, and then back to the sunshine. Mostly sunny on Monday with high temperatures once again near 60 degrees. And look at the size of this next storm system. It will be pushing some clouds in late in the day on Tuesday, but not before we see mostly sunny skies throughout the day with high temperatures once again in the low 60s. And look at the rain associated with this system. That's what we expect by the middle and end of next week. 7-day forecast now, 37 overnight tonight, 59 tomorrow, 61 on Friday. Just a slight chance for some showers, and then these beautiful 60s. Friday, 61, 63 Saturday, 62 on Sunday, and then we'll cool down to around 60 for both Monday and Tuesday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
My name is Catherine Thomas, and I'm running for the Wenatchee School Board. The school board should work for the parents of this community. I'm running to bring common sense to inform and empower parents, courage to implement positive change that enables academic excellence, commitment to bringing the public back to the public schools, and compassion to know that a student's education can determine their success in life. Vote for Catherine Thomas for the Wenatchee School Board.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
I'm Jared Sessler. Nemo Residio means nobody left behind in Latin. It's heartbreaking to know that in Afghanistan, Americans and our allies were abandoned behind enemy lines. This is a national disgrace like we've never seen before. Today, as your neighbor, and tomorrow in Congress, I will stand firm to ensure this never happens again. Go to jaredsessler.com today to contribute. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The first game in Seattle Kraken history got off to kind of a rough start in Vegas last night as the Golden Knights raced out to a 3-0 lead midway through the second period. But Seattle came storming back thanks to the first goal in franchise history by Ryan Donato.
Back to even strength. Dunn scored. Dunn walking in. Shot. Glove save. Low score! Ryan Donato has the first goal in Seattle Kraken history. And it's a 3-1 game.
What's going on with Pete DeBoer, or whether he was just trying to find some momentum right back.
Eberle in front. McCann is in the net! I believe Schwartz got a piece of that. If he didn't, it went off the skate of a Golden Knight. Marchessault tries to make a move, but it turns over to Geekie. Geekie, quick Christian, score! Holy shnikey! What a snipe by Geekie!
And he's done really good here in game one.
Stone. Stevenson is in the net! It's a good goal! And the Knights have the lead back. 2-1. That is it.
Well, despite falling in its first game, Coach Dave Haxtell sees plenty to be hopeful about.
You know, a lot of ups and downs through the game tonight. We made some mistakes that cost us, but we also did a lot of really good things. And, you know, getting down 3-0 in this building, being able to push back, to get it back to even. I think it says a lot about our group in terms of them sticking together, believing and making plays. But it's disappointing to not come away with the 2 points.
Jared McCann and Morgan Geekie also found the back of the net for Seattle. The Kraken will get another crack at the win column tomorrow night in Nashville against the Predators. Well, the Dodgers kept their season alive with a 7-2 win over the Giants last night in Los Angeles. LA had been shut out twice so far in the series, but Mookie Betts helped the offense get going early last night.
Have had traffic all game. That ball's driven into right field. Bryant turns and runs. Mookie Betts! 2-run blast! 4-0 Dodgers!
Well, after losing a chance in the inning prior with the bases loaded, sometimes you look at that as, boy, we lost our biggest chance, but right away, the next inning, Mookie Betts delivers.
His fourth career postseason home run, the former MVP, or a jolt to deep right center.
Fifth and deciding game tomorrow night in San Francisco on TBS. As you see here, the American League Championship Series is now set after Houston blasted Chicago 10-1 to win its series. Jose Altuve put the capper on the game with a 3-run home run in the top of the ninth. Then it was good night, Chicago.
Bouncing ball to the right side. Altuve's got it. The throw to first. For a fifth consecutive season, the Houston Astros are headed to the American League Championship Series. Something done by only 2 franchises in Major League history. It is 5 consecutive trips to baseball's Final Four.
Game 1 of the ALCS will be Friday in Houston on Fox. Atlanta, meanwhile, awaits the winner of the Dodgers and Giants after beating Milwaukee 5-4 to take its National League Division Series. Freddie Freeman provided the game winner in the bottom of the 8th.
Thanks much, Ernie. 2 down in the 8th. Freddie Freeman with the Brewers in a shift. It's a fly ball to center field. Lorenzo Cain going back at the wall. Freddie Freeman's left the yard and put the Braves on top in the bottom of the 8th. With a solo shot to left center, they lead it 5-4 in Game 4 of the NLDS. Championship Series.
Game Game 1 of the National League Championship Series will start Saturday in either Los Angeles or San Francisco. Well, turning to the local Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in girls soccer last night, Eastmont blasted Moses Lake 6-1 to move out a little to have a lead in the Big Nine title. Wenatchee, meanwhile, blanked Eisenhower to keep pace 2-0. Ellensburg beat Ephrata 7-0. Chelan shut out Cascade 2-0. Cashmere clobbered Omak 11-0. Quincy walloped Warden 9-1. Pateras better Bridgeport 2-1. Tonasket mauled Manson 11-0. And Okanagan beat Brewster by a final of 5-1. A reminder that we have a huge match Saturday here.
And we're out of time, and that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.